Live at 4, this is 13 News Now.
All right, brace yourself for a wet start to the weekend. The rain has moved back into Hampton Roads. You're looking at video of the rain slowly starting to fall over Norfolk. Good evening, I'm Janet Roach.
And I'm Regina Mobley. Evan, are we in for another weekend washout?
Well, I think that we will see some rain for part of the weekend. It's not going to be a total washout, but some big changes coming up through the weekend. We had big changes if you've been outside the past couple of hours as that cold front pushed through. Temperatures dropped about 20 degrees in the span of just a couple of hours. The cold front is now off towards the south, where that line of showers extends from around Rocky Mount towards Ahoskie and Elizabeth City. The front moved through just around 2 o'clock, and now behind it, we are seeing that rain starting to move into the region, and we are looking at a pretty wet evening here. Again, that cold front is just pushing off towards the south, and that's given us a wide range of temperatures. So we take a look at the readings right now. 63 degrees in Williamsburg. It's 58 in Norfolk, 63 in Chesapeake. But look at Elizabeth City, 76 degrees. So again, a wide range of temperatures, and that's where that cold front is pushing off towards the south. So if you have evening plans, again, we've got the rain rolling in. Here's another look at those temperatures. Early this morning, 67 degrees. We got up to 73 at 10 o'clock. Noon, we were up to 74. And then there's that big temperature drop. Right now, we're at 58 degrees. A little bit earlier, we were 55. So temperatures have come up just a little bit. Through the evening, we're looking at the cloudy skies, and we are looking at the rain. Temperatures again holding in the 50s. Good chance of rain through about 7, 8 o'clock tonight. Then those chances of rain will go down. But another chance of rain on Saturday. Things will clear out on Sunday. I'll have details on that coming up in a few minutes.
All right, thanks, Evan. This just in, 13 Russians and 3 Russian companies indicted in an elaborate plot to interfere with the 2016 U.S. presidential election. The defendants are accused of violating U.S. criminal laws through social media propaganda aimed at helping Donald Trump and harming the prospects of his opponent, Hillary Clinton. This was brought by the Office of Special Counsel Robert Mueller. Charges include conspiracy, wire fraud, bank fraud, and aggravated identity theft.
There is no allegation in this indictment that any American was a knowing participant in this illegal activity. There is no allegation in the indictment that the charged conduct altered the outcome of the 2016 election.
We will have much more on this developing story, including President Donald Trump's reaction a little later on 13 News Now.
New information following a deadly shooting at a York County Walmart. We've learned Cindy Bryant is accused of shooting and killing her wife, Jean Bryant, yesterday. Court documents reveal that Cindy Bryant purchased ammunition from the Walmart before leaving and coming back for Jean Bryant, who worked inside the store. 13 News Now reporter Nico Clemens is live in York County with what else we've learned.
Yeah, lots of confusion and questions yesterday surrounding that deadly shooting here in the Walmart parking lot. And today we're learning about the moments right before investigators say Ms. Bryant shot and killed her wife. Now, we're told, according to court documents, actually, that Bryant came to this Walmart and bought ammunition. She then went to a McDonald's right next door, loaded that same ammunition into a gun, and came back to Walmart. Investigators say that's when she confronted Jean Bryant, again, who was her wife, inside the eye center. The two started arguing, and Cindy pulled the gun from her pocket and forced Jean to go outside so they could talk. They continued arguing in the parking lot, and moments later, investigators say Jean started running. That's when they say Cindy started shooting at her wife while chasing her. Today, I went to Jean Bryant's home. Her neighbors are still at a loss for words.
Jean was real nice. Yes, I used to talk to Jean, very nice, always smiling, very jolly. I was real shocked. Yeah, they seem like a really happy couple.
And investigators say Cindy Bryant shot all those 5 rounds that she had loaded into her gun. And she faces several charges tonight, including first-degree murder. Live in York County, I'm Nico Clemens, 13 News Now.
Virginia Tech's president says students from Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School helped Tech heal more than 1 decade ago. 13 News Now anchor David Allen is here in the studio to explain.
Well, Janet, today President Timothy Sands tweeted this: "With heavy hearts, the Virginia Tech community embraces the students, teachers, staff, families, and community of Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School." He went on to say that we will never forget that you helped us to heal, and we will always be there for you. The tweet included a link to Tech's condolence archive. And You're taking a look at that right here, a photo book, a homemade one by students at the Florida high school. It was sent to Tech after a gunman shot and killed 32 people on Tech's campus. We all remember that back in 2007. Terrible tragedies at both schools and a small piece of history now bringing them together. In the studio, David Allen, 13 News Now.
Today, the community of Parkland, Florida comes together, laying to rest the first 2 victims of Wednesday's school shooting. The 19-year-old suspect accused of killing them and 15 others is in jail without bond. ABC's Maggie Rulli is in Parkland with new information.
What if that was your child that was shot 3 times in the heart, in the head, in the hand? Think about it.
As the first funerals begin today for the 17 victims of Wednesday's mass shooting in Parkland, Florida.
My home away from home was attacked brutally and tragically.
Now the FBI is admitting it made a huge mistake in how it handled a second tip it received last month about the suspected gunman. In a statement, the FBI says a person close to Nikolas Cruz contacted the FBI's tip line with specific concerns about his gun ownership, erratic behavior, and his desire to kill people. The FBI had already been alerted in September by a video blogger concerned that a user named Nikolas Cruz had left a threatening comment. Attorney General Jeff Sessions today ordered an immediate review and said we must do better. And Florida Senator Marco Rubio said in a statement it was inexcusable that the FBI failed to follow protocols. The community here now turning their pain into action.
Don't tell me there's no such thing as gun violence. It happened in Parkland.
Both Florida senators are here in Parkland today, and Democratic Senator Bill Nelson had a message for the president. He said, listen to the students, listen to the kids. They are speaking out wholly like they never have before. President Trump's expected to visit Parkland this weekend. Maggie Rulli, ABC News, Parkland, Florida.
Comedian Jimmy Kimmel has had enough. During his monologue last night, the late-night host was overcome with emotion while talking about Wednesday's shooting.
8 now fatal school shootings we had in this country this year. Children are being murdered.
Kimmel called on President Trump to have a conversation with Congress about creating real laws to keep assault rifles out of the hands of people who he said are going to shoot our kids.
Force these allegedly Christian men and women who stuff their pockets with money from the NRA year after year after year to do something now, not later, now. And don't you dare.
Kimmel also encouraged President Trump to halt any conversations about it being too soon to be talking about gun control.
A different tune in North Carolina, where there is a new push to allow teachers to carry guns in schools. Republican Representative Larry Pittman announced he is working with police to develop a bill that would train school personnel and allow them to carry guns on campus. Across the nation, thousands of teachers are seeking training on their own, but others don't think the answer is more guns.
What happens if that firearm is lost or misplaced and a child got a hold of it in a school? I think that's a place where we need to keep our firearms at home.
Several other school security bills are in the works in North Carolina right now. One would place armed officers at every public school. Another would require metal detectors statewide.
So where does the gun control debate stand in Virginia? Many people are frustrated over the lack of action by the General Assembly. 47 bills were introduced in the House to tighten gun laws. All of them, except 2, died in committees. Delegate Rip Sullivan of McLean introduced 2 bills, one that would allow guns to be taken away from someone who poses a risk of injuring himself or others. The other would make it a misdemeanor for a fugitive to buy or have a gun. Sullivan said his bills were not even given a hearing.
Terribly frustrated. Advocating for gun safety measures in the General Assembly has been frustrating ever since I got here.
But the communications director for House Speaker Kirk Cox said the House has taken concrete steps to prevent gun violence and make our schools safer. He cited legislation that passed over the past 5 years, allowing cities to hire retired police officers for school security and allocating about $6 million for school security grants. Coming up on 13 News Now at 5, the Attorney General weighs in, and he says he talks about how more needs to be done.